Imagine waking up one day and asking yourself, does anything really matter? Not success, not money, not fame, not even the rules society tells us to follow. This idea is called nihilism. Some people think nihilism is dark and depressing, but others say it can actually free your mind. Today we will understand what nihilism really means, why some philosophers believed in it, why others disagreed with it, and how it connects to modern life. People often start thinking about nihilism when life begins to feel confusing or meaningless. In today's world, many people are under constant pressure: school, career, social media, expectations from family and society. This stress can make someone stop and ask, what is the point of all this? When life feels like a race that never ends, some people begin to think that maybe nothing really has meaning, and that idea slowly connects them to nihilism. Another reason is the loss of traditions and clear beliefs that earlier generations followed. In the past, many people had strong cultural rules, religion, or community values that guided their lives. But today, a lot of young people grow up questioning everything. While questioning is good, it can also leave people feeling lost because they don't always find a clear answer about what truly matters in life. Technology also plays a big role. We are more connected online than ever before, but many people feel more alone at the same time. Social media shows perfect lives, success, and happiness, but real life often feels different. When someone keeps comparing themselves to others online, they may start feeling disconnected, empty, or like their life doesn't have real purpose. Another interesting reason is that some people actually achieve success, good money, popularity, or achievements, but they still feel empty inside. This makes them question something deeper. They might think, if I worked so hard and still feel nothing, then what is the real meaning of life? That question often leads people toward nihilistic thinking. Finally, many people today are questioning society and systems, politics, work culture, education, and the way the world works. Young generations see problems, inequality, and contradictions around them. When they realize that many systems are not perfect or fair, they begin to doubt everything, including ideas about meaning and purpose. So nihilism often doesn't start because someone wants to be negative. It usually begins when people think deeply about life, especially in modern times. Today's generation is more aware, more questioning, and more exposed to the world than ever before. Because of that, many young people naturally start asking the biggest question of all: does life truly have meaning, or do we create our own meaning? 1. What is nihilism? Of the philosophers most connected with nihilism is Friedrich Nietzsche. He believed that many traditional beliefs, especially religion and old moral rules, were losing their influence in modern society. Nietzsche famously used the phrase, "God is dead," to explain that people were no longer relying on religious authority to give life meaning. Because of this change, he warned that society could fall into nihilism, where people feel that nothing truly matters. However, Nietzsche did not want people to stay in that empty feeling. Instead, he encouraged individuals to create their own values, goals, and purpose, rather than blindly following what society tells them. He believed strong individuals could overcome nihilism by becoming creative, independent thinkers who shape their own meaning in life. Nihilism is the idea that life does not have a guaranteed meaning, purpose, or truth given by the universe. Many people connect this idea with the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who talked about how traditional beliefs like religion, social rules, and moral systems were losing their power in the modern world. Nihilism says that many things people believe in, such as success, fame, or even right and wrong, are created by society rather than something permanent or universal. Because of this, a nihilist might question why people follow certain paths in life if everything eventually ends and nothing lasts forever. For example, someone might work hard to become rich or famous, but a nihilistic view would ask, does that truly matter in the long run of the universe? However, nihilism is not only about negativity or saying nothing matters. Some philosophers explain that once you realize there is no fixed meaning, you actually gain freedom. Instead of blindly following society's expectations, a person can decide what is important for them personally, like learning, creating, helping others, or understanding life deeply. In this way, nihilism can push people to think more deeply about life instead of just living automatically. Another important point is that nihilism often appears during times when people feel confused about the world. When old beliefs start to weaken and new values are not clear yet, people begin questioning everything: government, culture, success, and even identity. This is why many modern discussions about nihilism appear in movies, books, and internet culture today. In simple terms, nihilism is the belief that life doesn't come with meaning already given, so humans either feel lost because of it or choose to create their own meaning. When people start feeling that life has no real meaning, it can affect their mind and behavior in many ways. Many people fall into depression because without a purpose or direction, everyday life starts to feel empty and heavy. At the same time, they experience confusion, constantly questioning what they should do or what truly matters in life. This often leads to overthinking, where a person keeps analyzing everything: society, success, relationships, but still finds no satisfying answers. Some people also develop anger towards society, feeling that the system, expectations, or modern lifestyle are fake or meaningless. Because of this frustration, a few individuals move toward rebellion, trying to reject rules, traditions, or social norms in order to find their own path or sense of freedom. This is something many people in today's generation experience as they search for purpose in a fast-changing world. What happens when people lose meaning? Depression. When people lose meaning in life, they can start feeling empty, tired, and unmotivated. Nothing feels exciting anymore because they don't see a reason behind what they are doing. To slowly get out of this, it helps to start with small goals. Simple daily routines, talking to supportive people, and doing activities that bring even a little interest. Meaning often comes back step by step, not all at once. Confusion. Without a clear purpose, people begin questioning everything: career, relationships, and life choices. This confusion can make them feel stuck. A good way to get out of it is by exploring different experiences, learning new things, and giving yourself time instead of rushing to find answers. Over time, clarity usually grows through action. Overthinking. When meaning is lost, the mind keeps analyzing life again and again, which can become exhausting. People start doubting themselves and their decisions. To reduce overthinking, focusing on the present moment, limiting constant comparison with others, and taking practical steps instead of only thinking can help calm the mind. Anger toward society. Some people feel that society is unfair, fake, or meaningless, which creates frustration and anger. While questioning society can be healthy, staying in anger for too long can harm us. A better way out is to focus on what we can control: our values, actions, and the kind of person we want to become, rather than trying to fight everything around us. Rebellion. When people reject rules or traditions completely, it often comes from a desire to find freedom or identity. Rebellion can sometimes lead to growth if it is thoughtful, but reckless rebellion can create more problems. The healthier path is to question things wisely, build your own principles, and create a life that feels meaningful to you instead of just reacting against society. The modern world problem. Fast dopamine. Short attention span, people losing long-term purpose, instant gratification culture. The modern world has created new challenges for people, especially with technology and social media. One big issue is fast dopamine, where apps and endless scrolling give quick bursts of entertainment and pleasure. Because of this, many people develop a short attention span, finding it harder to focus on deep work, reading, or learning for long periods. Over time, this also leads to people losing long-term purpose, because they become more focused on quick rewards instead of building something meaningful slowly. This creates an instant gratification culture where people want results, success, or happiness immediately rather than being patient and consistent. As a result, many feel distracted, restless, and unsure about their direction in life. At the end, nihilism teaches us something important. Maybe the universe does not give us a clear meaning, and maybe life doesn't come with a fixed purpose. But that doesn't mean life is empty. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche believe that when old meanings disappear, it becomes our responsibility to create new ones. And thinkers like Albert Camus reminded us that even in an absurd world, we can still choose to live fully, think deeply, and build our own path. So the real question is not whether life has meaning. The real question is, what meaning will you create?